They'll be calling you radical because nuclear meltdowns, oh, they're fucking hot, hot, hot. It's 103 here today, every fucking day. Fucking post Fukushima. But Ralph Lauren's got beautiful white cooling jackets, the luxury good of death. So the protesters are out at Hiroshima and Nagasaki. This is important because I know those protesters personally. Fucking, I've had dealings with them. Never met most of them personally, but I've sure talked to them. And they got balls, and they're chanting, "Go Bach, go Bach, go Bach, and take your fucking tax thieving fucking super spreader Fukushima fucking radioactive poison the fuck with you." It's important people don't understand this. The IOC, the International Olympic Committee, there's the Olympic downhill there, those corrupt fuckers, and the IAEA are the exact identical fucking people. I spent enough time in Vienna. Fuck, it's all cash. I've been in there. I mean, I protest so much there. They're the exact identical fucking killers. That's who made the decision after the fucking meltdowns for propaganda to put it there. Now, this is important. Hiroshima, Nagasaki, because the Enola Gay flew out of here. This painting has been inside the Enola Gay hangar. It's hung in there. Only fucking art that has. So, 75 years last year. My grandson got to slow down the poll. He was on Fox News on an interview. He was really disappointed because, of course, they didn't put it up. Fucking rats. But it takes balls to protest over there. So they're at the memorial, the Hiroshima Nagasaki Memorial. This is important because there'll be fucking events on that 76th anniversary. To this day, we have not seen the American footage. I talked to Jepson. He's from here in Utah. He punched the button. That picture of him at the ticker tape parade in Manhattan, I talked to him. He started to cry. He really cried. They made me do it. Now, Tippett's was a fucking evil fucker. I sat at Tippett's chair in the fucking dinner we had. HNK called me. They wanted to interview me. They're phony. HNK is owned by TEPCO. So, anybody who's going to these Olympics is out of their fucking mind. It's going to kill so many fucking people. I'm telling you, it's going to kill a lot of people. People have no clue. They don't realize how radioactive fucking Tokyo is. Hot? Oh, fuck. Fuck. Fukushima's burnt. And somebody fuck comment, "Oh, I don't believe it. Fukushima." You know what? I don't give a fuck about your stupid bullshit opinion. Oh, it was all okay. Shut the fuck up with your, I don't care. I'm a scientist. I have proven this is Fukushima. The tide pools collapse fucking acutely. Not fucking, they've been chemtrailing for fucking years and years. It didn't cause an acute collapse. Granted, they're fucking, it's a problem, but it's not Fukushima. I'm not about opinion. I'm about proof. Bob Beeman Blanche, dead tide pool jumping. So I'll be in Monterey for the opening ceremonies, going for the gold, defending my gold medal. I am the gold medalist. Fucking dead tide pool jumping. Forever Akakiiki, just remember this. Forever Akakiiki, there are fucking hundreds, if not thousands, of swimmers and athletes that have fucking died in Japan, of people from cancer. Akakiiki, the only pictures you saw, I leaked out. To the people that are protesting there, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. The Japanese people, fuck. Ever since we fucking, it worked. Drop those fuck. Why did we drop the bombs on the fucking peasants? Why didn't we go after Hirohito, Yoko Ono's fucking cousin? He lived in Manhattan happily ever after. His whole same reason fucking Operation Paperclip. Jeff Bezos fucking kin. Fuck all these family fucking just came back and did it here. What we did to the Japanese people is fucking disgraceful, sinful. I always go back to the great Dorothy Day. True man, true man, true man. You're a real fucking true man. Oh, it sucks up into your fucking nose. The ashes you vaporizing gets into your fucking brain and kills you. You'll be sent to fucking hell for time and all eternity. Let's drop 3 on the peasants. They left the Forbidden City, but guess what they did to the Forbidden City? Because Simpson fucking went on his honeymoon there. You know, the war secretary. The fucking, before there was fucking Rumsfeld, there was Simpson. I mean, but now they stack up all the nuclear waste there. Put the internment camps on the evacuees there. Fucking. We've still to this day not seen the fucking American footage of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The paintings that they painted, fuck, you can find them online. Still have never been in one of the museums. But Yoko has. She's the Dadaist. That Dottie had to be poor. The Russians on the 74th anniversary put out some footage that is fucking disgraceful, sinful. They didn't have to, the fucking war was over. Why didn't they go after that scumbag Hirohito, baton death marches? I mean, why did they let the emperors, the Byzantium Empire still rules? The United States took fucking Japan. Yalta by the Sea. The only thing Barry, liar, fucking scumbag Antoinette said. The murderer at Barack Obama. These treaties were signed long before I fucking became president, when he drank his fake sushi. Go ask Caroline Kennedy, you don't believe any of this. On the 50th anniversary of her father's funeral, her introduced her son, who looks just like JFK. Went crazy about it. She got caught on a hot mic saying my dad would spit in Barack Obama's face. He was a downwinder. They're all downwinders. He was an anti-nuker. He was an anti-nuker. That fucking sign's been all over the world. That's the Blanche Bach sign, the original one that got me in Vienna. Fucking, that's when I got detained. That was that sign that invented the Blanche Bach. That's the sign that created all the controversy in fucking Vienna. Been all over the fucking world. General Chamberlain, Nancy fucking Chamberlain's fucking, yeah, General Chamberlain himself's daughter made me that sign. When I met her at Diablo Canyon with the monk when I walked. What a journey this has been as the activist Blanche. Any athlete I see, Kevin Love backed out. I see she smoked some weed to back out. There's only 17 swimmers fucking in the one event. People are backing out left and right all over the world. Uganda weightlifter didn't qualify. He's missing. Okay, he's missing. They're trying to keep him quarantined. So go over there. From what I understand, there's already athletes bitching. They got you in quarantine in little fucking teeny fucking housing. You can't go anywhere. You know, the activists are screaming and yelling. You can hear them. Take your super spreader fucking. But the one part they don't even report on, they're chanting Fukushima. Take your fucking nuclear poisoning fucking propaganda fucking IAEA fucking Bach. By the way, Bach's so disrespectful and so disgraceful that he introduced himself he says, you Chinese people. He called the Japanese Chinese. He introduced himself in Tokyo, China. He doesn't know where the fuck he's at. Fucking, you seen his fake wig he wears? So the head of the IAEA, who I got to know in Vienna, they don't let people protest. They do me. I have the Blanche Bach. The Austrians are fucking fantastic. They protected me and saved me from the monsters in the UN. I was working with some femmes. The Austrians fucking get it. The UN, fuck IAEA don't fucking get it. That propaganda. So the head of the, what do they call him? The chief or the god? I said, you're really going to go to Fukushima? You know, and there's an article out now talking about, the revolving door of Japanese PMs. This is the fucking bullshit propaganda fucking media. And then you read fucking 2 paragraphs in it. Longest standing Japanese PM in history, Abe. Remember, Nico Khan was the fucking PM. He got forced out by Obama. I talked to fucking him twice. Yeah, one in Del Mar, California, opening day at Del Mar syndrome. He walked up to me, Kevin Blanche, and he says, Kevin Blanche. And he bowed to me and told me thank you. I talked to him twice. He said, I said, you're the one that built up the nuclear industry. They made me do it. They forced him out, put Abe, and he comes to the U.S., first Japanese PM, only second time in history, goes to MIT Media Lab. We're the ones that tracked him down there. Aaron Swartz. Astro, Snoys, Laura, fucking Snowden hands the chip to her. It's all Fukushima. Snowden, that whole sham's all Fukushima. He was in Fukushima right before it went. Him and Lindsay Mills having my baby. I hear she's going to give birth any day. She'll probably give it on, my guess, August 6th. Hiroshima. She'll probably name it Hiroshima. I'm sure it's Putin's kid. Snowjob, you better get some DNA. Having my baby. What a lovely way of saying what CIA, KGB, fucking Imperials. Edward Snowjob. I had top CIA clearance. I got all the way top and found there's another top of the pyramid clearance. Well, what's the other top? Global oligarchs, as he sits next to the Romanov fucking heir. Prince Harry dropped a baby in California. Firstborn unicorn, hardcore soft porn. Lindsay Mills, if she's a performance artist, she's a pole swinging fucking CIA. Fucking Snowden, Oliver Stone on chemo on Balco. If you knew the people that I've talked to in this journey, face to face. You know, I don't always have a YouTube fucking camera rolling. And people are fucking afraid of me, but these protesters, I know a lot of them because I used to get hundreds and hundreds of emails out of Japan. The head of the Fukushima 50 before he died of cancer in 2013 emailed me 2 weeks before he died and told me, you know, that whole propaganda lie fucking movie. Well, who made it? HNK. Who made all these? HNK. Who owns HNK? TEPCO. Who owns TEPCO? G. United States. Yalta by the sea. Stalin. What did they use to poison fucking FDR and find Truman. Fucking Stalin, still man. Fucking Trail of Bones. First there were the whites. He systematically fucking murdered them all. Trotsky to the head. Having my baby. What's he talking about? This is for the big kids. So thank you to everybody's protesting. I support you 100%. I'll be doing my share of protesting in Monterey. I'll be dead tide pool jumping. Should we jump? Fucking Bob Beeman Blanche. Gold medalist fucking cancer fighter. Gold medalist fucking leukemia fighter. Or Kakaiki. Glad you're alive. Dead tide pool jumping. In the desert. Oh, fuck. I triple jumped. Fuck. I'll be defending my gold medal in the old Pacific capital. Monterey. Doc Ricketts on Balco on chemo. Thank you in Japan. Thank you for your great pride. Go Bach. Go Bach. Go Bach. Go Bach. Take your fucking nuclear fucking fallout Fukushima meltdowns propaganda fucking with you. Stay tuned. Dead tide pool jumping gold medalist. Kevin Blanche.